I'm saying, what like the jail like that. Hey, he right now with his contract. Know that. Know that.
So, come Saturday night, I'm coming in here to beat his. He gonna come, he gonna be tough, strong, but I'm coming to whoop his. I stand by that. I stand by that. I'm him up. Yeah.
False accusation. You gotta think, right? It's okay. We accept.
I can't wait to beat this clown, bro. This dude is a clown.
Focus on me.
You better have that chin ready, baby. You better have it ready.
Real clown.
I already figured your ass out.
You not fighting.
What else you got, man?
Yo, Senior, you're
I only
not
seen
in the
10
ring.
seconds of your fight.
I seen you fight before.
I only
You
seen
can't
10
fight.
seconds of your fight. You're boring as hell.
Come on, bro. Stop it, bro.
Boring, man. You almost got knocked out. Even your daughter said you got knocked out.
Knocked out. Tio got hurt his last fight too.
Ooh.
Didn't he get hurt his last fight?
Man, if it wasn't for those ropes.
Did Tio get hurt his last fight?
My son don't be throwing
Did
punches,
Tio
man.
get hurt his last fight?
My
I
son don't
watched
be
him.
throwing punches,
I paid
man.
attention.
No one expected the press conference to explode, but then Terence Crawford walked in and everything cracked. What was supposed to be a controlled buildup for Stevenson versus Lopez instantly turned volatile. The smiles vanished, the air tightened. Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez stopped pretending this was business and went straight for pride. Cameras kept rolling as egos collided in real time, and within seconds you could feel it. This wasn't hype anymore. This was personal. If you want real fight stories, not sanitized headlines, hit subscribe now, because this was only the beginning.
I think that he did some great things against them guys. I seen a lot of weaknesses in his game too, and something that he said earlier, he said, Tio never lost to Southpaw. Well, I never lost to Orthodox. So, it ain't no different, but
The difference is you never fought no elite fighter.
Okay, I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you gotta show it, baby.
I don't think
pressure's
y'all
on
did
you.
either. I ain't see.
Not on my son.
I ain't see Lomachenko throw no punches.
You
for
never
6
been on a big
rounds.
stage like this.
I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches
You
for
never
6
been
rounds.
on a big stage like
I
this.
didn't see Lomachenko throw punches
'Cause we
for 6
froze him.
rounds. Okay, you gonna see.
We gonna freeze you too.
You better not throw the towel.
Things escalated fast when Teofimo Lopez Sr. grabbed the mic and started talking about breaking codes, invoking names like Lomachenko and Josh Taylor as proof of dominance. But before the words could settle, Shakur snapped back cold and dismissive, cutting straight through the resume. He brushed off those wins and fired the shot that changed the room, saying Teofimo had never faced an elite fighter like him. The crowd murmured. Fighters leaned forward. This was no longer controlled chaos. It was ignition.
Well, I see their weakness. That's what I do. You know, we broke the code with with Loma that nobody had ever done. You know, we didn't let him get comfortable in there. You saw that. You know, within like 8 rounds, he didn't know what to do. I did the same thing with Josh Taylor, and we're gonna do the same thing with Shakur.
Real hard. Man, what do you say to that, bro? Like, do you hear him, bro? I just can't wait to beat him and shut him up, bro. Tio not on this level. Tio is a high-level fighter, but he's not on my level. I'm an elite-level fighter, and come January 31st, I'm going to show.
From there, the press conference spiraled into non-stop verbal warfare. Shakur went after Teofimo's mental composure, questioning his focus under pressure. Teofimo fired back, labeling Shakur boring, overrated, and allergic to risk. Voices overlapped, insults stacked. It sounded less like a media event and more like round 13 of a title fight, 2 men swinging with words because they couldn't yet touch with fists. Stay with this story, because when the real footage surfaced, everything changed.
Be 100 times better come fight night against Teofimo Lopez than I was against Zepeda. 1,000 times better. Faster, sharper, stronger, mentally more on point, and I can't wait.
You said a couple of times now you see some holes in Teofimo's game. I know you don't want to give away your game plan at the kickoff press conference, but where are the weaknesses? Where are some of the weaknesses in his game?
A lot of the weaknesses is in his mental. I think it's more mental than anything, and I'm going to expose it.
Then the tension peaked. Insults turned personal, voices got louder, security shifted their stance, eyes locked in. You could feel the room sitting one sentence away from a full-scale brawl. Promoters like Eddie Hearn tried to pull it back, reframing the chaos as legacy, greatness, history, but it was already hijacked. The fighters weren't selling a fight anymore. They were daring each other to cross a line that couldn't be uncrossed.
Thanks for the reminder, Chris. This place is special. I think when this fight was talked about, I think both Shakur and Teofimo Lopez need a huge amount of credit for making this fight. Both of the guys are the respective kings of their division. Teofimo Lopez, the #1 guy at 140. Shakur, the #1 guy at 135. And when I heard about this fight, I didn't expect it to happen. And you know, the work that His Excellency's done, Ring Magazine, to make this fight quite sensational. But the icing on the cake is to see the fight at Madison Square Garden. This is, for me, the absolute mecca of boxing.
When Turki Al-Sheikh dialed in, the temperature somehow rose even higher. His tone wasn't impressed. It was measured, almost detached, and that contrast made the chaos feel sharper. Like a judge watching defendants argue in court, unimpressed by emotion, focused only on outcome. That moment said everything. This wasn't about noise. This was about consequences.
This fight is the first step of a crazy map of boxing next year and the beginning of 27. This is not an easy fight. Thank you so much.
By the end, both fighters were no longer talking about winning. They were talking about domination, humiliation, shutting the other man up permanently. The press conference had turned into a raw preview of exactly how personal this fight has become. This wasn't promotion. This was real animosity spilling over, and suddenly, January 31st didn't feel like a date on a calendar. It felt unavoidable. Drop a comment right now. Who cracked first mentally?
So I just, I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like, because it's going to be just a skill match. I don't think he's going to try to, or he's going to try to rough Shakur up, and it's probably not.
And just when it felt like the chaos had nowhere else to go, Teofimo Lopez Sr. stepped back into the spotlight, and the energy shifted again. Instantly, the room moved from emotional overload to calculated confidence. Listening to him speak, you realize this isn't trash talk. This is a father laying out a mindset. He isn't worried about Philly shell impressions or stylistic cosplay from Shakur Stevenson. He's saying, we've seen it all, and we're not guessing, we're preparing. What stands out most is his obsession with growth and mentality over aesthetics.
All out Crawford in the past, and you know, Crawford stated, "Oh, you want to get to me."
Yeah, but he
fight
really
Shakur
want to
first.
fight Crawford, and we're gonna call him out after we beat up his boy. You know, what I'm saying?
That's the game plan.
That's
Even
the
though
game
you guys
plan.
have, even if he requires you,
Well, he ain't gonna fight us, man. He ain't gonna fight us, man. We've been chasing this guy for the longest. My son is even willing to go up to 160 to fight him. You know, listen, speed kills. You know what I'm saying? Speed kills, and that's why we're gonna beat Shakur. He ain't faster than us, and we're gonna catch him. We're gonna catch.
He frames Teofimo Lopez as a fighter who keeps evolving because he keeps choosing danger over comfort. And whether you agree or not, it's a powerful angle. He talks legacy over money, underdog wins over Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, styles changing fight to fight. You can hear the belief pouring out. Is it ambitious? Absolutely. Is it dramatic? Of course. But it also aligns perfectly with how Teofimo's career has actually unfolded. He even brushes off ring size and gimmicks, saying, "We're not here to chase knockouts. We're here to outthink you."
Okay, we do this for the legacy. So I tell my son, when I told him, you know, let's go after Comey, let's go after Lomachenko, let's go after Josh Taylor. And all of those three fights, he was the underdog. You know what I'm saying? And big time. I mean, with Josh Taylor, he was like 23 experts said that he was going to lose. So, you know, and he gave an amazing performance, you know. And it wasn't the same as the performance he gave with Barbosa's, you know. Like, his styles have changed all the time. And that's the scariest part about him, you know. And he comes to entertain.
Sure, some of the Crawford and Canelo comparisons feel like reach territory, but that's part of the confidence package. What really sticks is this. Team Lopez isn't hoping for lightning in a bottle. They genuinely believe speed, adaptability, and pressure can crack Shakur's calm. Whether that belief survives 12 rounds is another question, but psychologically, this wasn't noise. This was conviction. And when both sides believe they're smarter, faster, and more prepared, that's when fights stop being predictable and start becoming fascinating.
Did Shakur by any chance implement a bigger ring or like,
We don't care about that,
No?
man. I mean, we're just gonna box this dude, man. We're not going in there for the knockout. We never do. The only fight that my son looked like sloppy was with convulsions because he was dying in there. And, he said that he felt better when he was attacking more, But we never do that. We always box.
Then the energy shifts one last time when Andre Ward and Roy Jones Jr. weigh in. Because now we're hearing from men who've lived inside wars like this. And listening to them, it clicks. This is grown man boxing perspective. They call it what it was. Fighting words, not marketing slogans. But here's the sharpest takeaway. Shakur Stevenson can create in real time. He doesn't need a script. He reads, reacts, and builds round by round, like an artist painting without looking at the canvas. Teofimo Lopez, meanwhile, is explosive, dangerous, brilliant, but when chaos hits, he still needs structure to reset. And that difference, that might decide everything when the lights come on.